Dear friends, in the pastoral letter that I wrote last week, I mentioned about my favourite Bible reading from John chapter 15, about the vine and what was needed for growth of the vine, and particularly what we might need for our own personal growth. Thinking this week of plants and life in God's creation, ours for a short time to share together. We need to take care of the planet and its resources in the fairest way possible. This week, as we approach Christian Aid Week, which runs from Monday the 10th of May, they're looking at how we can help those around the world. This year they're focusing on Kenya and how the lack of water has affected the growth and lack of crops. There's also issues around hygiene in the pandemic and how essential water has become for washing our hands. We can do our part by wasting less of our water. As I wrote this, it was actually raining and had been for a lot of the last 24 hours. Maybe it's hard for us to appreciate at times how hard it must be to be without water or to even have access to it. We, though, must do all we can to encourage all those around us not to use too much water. There is the call from Christian Aid to help with money so that villages and communities can have easier access to water, but also to help the environment in any way that we can, maybe by planting trees or writing to our MPs and world leaders at this time as we head towards the big COP26 discussions. Being prepared to pray and to act so that we can all make a change, big or small, towards tackling the climate crisis. Praying and acting is something that at times people find hard. This year I noticed tucked away at the end of the resources a tea time prayer. There is an encouragement at 11 a.m. each day to have a cup of tea and to use the prayer. I think it could be slightly rewritten for coffee and other hot drinks anyway. We are being encouraged from Monday onwards at 11 a.m. to take a picture of our brew in our hands and our prayer for equality and climate change. There is a link in the written material and hopefully on the screen in the online version. If you want a copy, then let me know and hopefully I can either give it to you or point you in the right direction. Do you like the idea, though, of being able to pray with something like a drink or eating something in your hand? Maybe as you eat something you can pray for all those who've been involved in getting it to your table. We have a prayer day coming up on the 21st of May with resources available to help you pray. Watch out for those flame doves making their way to you soon. We've set aside for times for prayer, hopefully a useful way that will work for you at 8:21 in the morning and 20:21 in the evening on Friday the 21st of May. As part of that day of prayer, we'll be encouraging you in the evening to light a candle together and a space online with further details to follow. Coming back to where we started, in John chapter 15, we are called to love one another as Christ has loved us, and by that we can bear much fruit. Let us, by our actions, big and small, show our love for each other through our care for members of God's creation. By our prayers and our actions, let us love those in need in our streets, in our towns, in our circuit, in Kenya and throughout the world. May God bless us throughout this week and always. Amen.